The dictionary defines a community as a group of people living in the same place or having a particular characteristic in common, a feeling of fellowship with others, as a result of sharing common attitudes, interests, and goals. A group of interdependent organisms of different species growing or living together in a specified habitat. No matter what a person's national origin, race, religion, political philosophy, or occupation may be, we all share certain common characteristics. Therefore, we are all one community. We are all bound by a common set of laws and a common mechanism for enforcing those laws. The problem is the application of that enforcement. We have seen too often the police using different enforcement practices for those considered to be one of those people. As I keep saying, we must eliminate the concept of those people if we are to unite in our efforts to overcome our common difficulties. African Americans are not those people. Latinos are not those people. Muslims are not those people. The police are not those people. As long as we continue to regard certain groups as those people, we will continue to be fair game for those who would encourage divisiveness for their own personal gain and to inflict harm on the victims of the resulting discrimination. We all share common attitudes, interests, and goals. Every parent wants to see their children grow up strong and healthy. Parents want their children to have an education which will give them the intellectual tools to succeed and achieve personal, financial, career, and social goals. Everybody wants to live in an environment which provides clean air to breathe, clean water to drink, and safety from the ravages of nature and human misbehavior. Every person wants to be respected and treated with dignity by others. Unfortunately, we have seen politicians, business entities, terrorist organizations, and others attempting to emphasize our differences and belittle our commonalities to advance their own selfish interests at the expense of the general public. Until we realize that the forces that bind us together are stronger than the forces that would tear us apart, we will continue to be fair game for those who would divide us to promote their own interests at our expense. Every person on the planet is a unique entity. We all have different histories, different attitudes, different goals, different beliefs, and different ambitions. But despite our differences, we depend on each other to provide what we want and need. We depend on the grocery store to provide our food. We depend on the pharmacy to provide the medicines to maintain our health. We depend on the gas station to supply the fuel for our cars. We depend on other entities to provide protection, an orderly society, education, and other essential resources. We have all seen the chaos that results when these systems break down. Despite our many differences, we have to realize that we are stuck with each other. It may not be perfect, but this is the only planet we've got. Try as they might, the homicidal maniacs, masquerading as Muslims, are not going to wipe out the Jews. Hitler gave it the old college try, but failed miserably. The Sunnis are not going to wipe out the Shiites, and the Shiites are not going to wipe out the Sunnis. The police are not going to wipe out the African Americans, and the African Americans are not going to wipe out the police. The best they can hope for is the temporary rush that a schoolyard bully gets when he picks on the little kids. This is a lousy reason to jeopardize the unity needed to confront our common challenges. Until we realize these facts, we will continue to tear our society apart for the benefit of those who see the combatants as fools to be manipulated for the benefit of those who despise them. Personally, I do not see this as a beneficial state of affairs. The last time I looked, this was still the United States of America. It's not the conservative states, liberal states, Christian states, Jewish states, Muslim states, white states, black states, red states, or blue states. Until we start treating our country as the United States of America, we will continue to be fresh meat for those who would tear us apart for their own benefit and amusement. Thank you for your time and attention.